Good morning, welcome to the planet. Say hello to the birds, to the words of all the stanzas. Sit back, relax.
Hey everybody, it's Frosteee here, and welcome back to another video. If you've been on my channel for longer than a week, you've probably heard about NintendJam. And you probably know that I am not really a big fan of him, but I really didn't want to make this video about him either, because we used to be really good friends, and then we kind of then I didn't like him, and then it's a long story, and I'm gonna explain all of it in this, but I really didn't want to make this video. Anyways, I met NintendJam in May of 2016 when he advertised on one of my live streams. He advertised on one of my live streams saying to come to his stream, and I went to his stream after I ended mine, and we became pretty good friends. Then Nintendo began asking me for items and more often for shoutouts. That kind of made me a little upset because he'd be asking for a shout out every other video, and I'm like, nope. So I stopped talking to him in September, and I kind of got some new friends, and I kind of forgot about him for a while. He took a 3-month break, and when he came back, he began editing. When he came back, he asked to be friends with me again. We started talking again, and I talked about how I made more friends like Armored 5, Gizzy Cat, Melodies, Bubblegum Bubbles, Super E4, Creativity, and Cat Static, and he accused me of using him for subs, and using me to talk to them. But really, he was the one who had been using me for subs, and he had never even heard of any of them before I mentioned them. He started telling everyone that I was going to use them for subs, and telling everyone to stay away from me. He even accused me of using him to talk to Armored Wolf 5, even though the two had never heard of each other before I introduced them. So we kind of stayed friends, but we didn't really talk a lot, and the drama wasn't really too big at this point. And then I was on one of Viofee's streams, and I sent Viofee the rare Item Monday headdress that I had recently been gifted. And about 10 minutes later, Nintendo sent me this jamagram knowing that I had gotten a headdress earlier, and it said, "Can you lend me headdress? I will give right back, please." And I was like, sorry, I already gave it away to Viofee. I thought Nintendo was trying to scam me, because he had used me for rares in the past. I wouldn't put it past him to do it again. So I got pretty upset because it looked a lot like he was trying to scam me, and I still do believe that he was. He said that I was just trying to start drama, and he told his fans that I was petty and got his 8-year-old fan base to attack me. His fans attacked me without knowing any of the full story because they will blindly follow him and do everything he tells them to. So I went to one of NintendJam's live streams, and Armored Wolf 5 started spamming the chat on his backups, asking Nintendo to apologize for everything he had said to me. Nintendo banned Armored and all of his backups, and he also banned me. And Nintendo took a 2-month break from May to July. He came back and we kind of became friends again. He unbanned me from his streams, and he quote-unquote forgave me for starting drama. And being a trusting little child that I am, I actually believed that he wanted to be my friend again. This was the time that Nintendo started making Roblox videos instead of NintendJam edits. His views went down, and he definitely noticed that, so he decided to make both Roblox and NintendJam videos. He then unmodded and banned my friend Calessio or Toffee-tastic from his streams for saying things like, "Nintendo is a ditch." Yes, I said ditch, that is what she said. And she said it as a joke. In the meantime, I was making Nintendo a banner and was beginning to work on an intro for him. Seeing as NintendJam was back to editing again, I told him to audition for Icy Star Studios, an NintendJam editing studio. He said he would do it, but only because he would gain subscribers if he got in. Again, there is some proof of this right here in the video, so go ahead and look at that snazzy screenshot. I noticed that NintendJam was starting to act a lot like me in his videos and use some of the same jokes and type of humor as I used, but I didn't really think it was that important. He started comparing his laugh to that of a hyena and told the watchers of all of his live streams to make videos about his laugh. I don't know if that was for publicity or not, or for fun. Knowing him, probably for publicity, but I didn't really care. Until a couple of my friends, who will remain anonymous because I don't want them to get hate from Nintendo's fans, told me that he was still throwing shade at me behind my back. So I confronted Nintendo privately in it about Skype because his uninformed fans, that he calls the Nintendo fam, were sending me death threats for calling Nintendo a scammer and saying I was starting drama. I told him to stop his fans from sending me death threats, and he said he would, but he never took action. He never told him to stop. On July 28th, he came to my live stream and asked to be modded again because I had unmodded him for being inactive. I refused to remod him until he came to a few more of my streams. On August 1st, I went to one of his streams and he had modded me because I had unmodded him. I was like, why do you do that? I thought it was a little petty, because, like, I was active on all of his streams, and he accused me of starting drama. A mod timed me out from his stream, and Nintendo proceeded to tell all of his fans, and this is a direct quote, that all Frosteee does is start drama. Drama, drama, drama. He's the one who started the drama. He could have literally said that he wasn't trying to scam me, but instead he escalated this into Frosteee is starting drama. Frosteee wants my rares, and Frosteee likes attention and drama. Later in the live stream, he said, I don't like the Roblox community. That's a little funny for him to say because later he said that he had plans of staying in it. Because it was timed out, I had to go on a backup to talk. I said, thanks for being a good friend last year. I don't want to talk anymore. I also informed him that his old best friend, Goldsmith Gamer, who had given him 5+ spikes and had also given me many items, was quitting, and he said this.
Goldsmith is quitting. Oh, that's good.
On August 2nd, he livestreamed again, and he found Toffee-tastic's video exposing him. He ended the stream without giving away the Robux that he had promised to give away, and that brings me to today. He still hasn't told his fans to stop hating on me, and is spreading lies that I used him for subs when he used me. And if you aren't already convinced that he's fake and only wants subs and attention, and that he will drop friends right after they start suspecting that he's using them, then you should also know that the only things he gets views on are his giveaway live streams, where he hardly ever gives away any of the items and Roblox thingies, I don't play Roblox, that he says he will. However, his normal videos get less than 50 views. That's a little fishy for someone with 1.8k if you ask me. When I wrote the script for this, he had 1.8k. That was yesterday. He gained 100 subs overnight and another 100 subs in less than 5 hours. When for the last 5 or 6 months, he hasn't gained subs at all. He's literally been losing subs. Again, that is a little fishy if you ask me. Personally, I have heard plenty of people say that he only gains subs from giveaways, and I'm starting to think that he might not be gaining real subs at all. Anyways, there is more than enough proof from this that Nintendo is fake. There's plenty of proof, so now that the Nintendo fam knows my side of the story, maybe they'll stop telling me to drink bleach, #NintendFam. Yeah, that's an actual screenshot I got. I'm not a great photo editor, so I wouldn't be able to edit something like this even if I wanted to. This is one of Nintendo's real fans. I couldn't make a backup on Discord to frame his fan base, which I would never want to do anyways, because you can only have one Discord account per email, and I only have 2 emails. My personal email, which already has my current Discord attached to it, and my school email, which I'm not allowed to sign up for accounts on. I know that you can't get another Discord account with the same email because I tried making a backup account in case it got hacked last year. Anyways, let's move on to the next part of the drama from the point of view of my friend Toffee-tastic. Toffee-tastic recently exposed Nintendo, and Nintendo's fans are flipping out. NintendJam is really upset, and he blocked me on Skype because of Toffee's video. But like, that's cool. I don't want to talk to him anyways. During late February 2017, Toffee met Nintendo. She knew who he was for a while, but never really went to any of his streams. So she decided to go to one of his streams and said that she was a friend of mine. This was back between his first and second break, and when we were cool, so we talked a little bit. Anyways, Nintendo and Toffee talked a little bit on Skype, and he buddied her, and she went to a few of his streams, and he modded her. Anyways, a month later, he asked her to make him an intro. So Toffee made him an intro, and he soon after hosted a banner contest. Everyone on that live stream made him a banner. Toffee got first placed, and he advertised that the winner would get a good short collar. But when he actually gifted her, he said, you know what, Toffee gets a bad short collar. So Toffee said, you said a good short collar. And he said, too bad, LOL. So she ended up not getting the prize that she had worked for. That's basically scamming again. So after Nintendo's break from YouTube, he made his second not-so-epic comeback and decided to play Roblox. And Toffee was still a mod at this time, so Toffee started joking around on his live stream saying things like, you're a ditch. Yes, ditch, D-I-T-C-H, and I'm going to leak my address. Making fun of people who really act like that. Nintendo has a no bad words rule on his live stream, even though an Armored with 5 and Last Online raided his stream and swore a lot. And he said, I'm gonna leave it to the mods. If they're responsible enough to put them in timeout or ban them, they'll keep their mod. Nintendo did nothing, as he sat back and watched them call his watchers the N-word. He started streaming again, and after taking another break from YouTube, this stream was an Overwatch live stream. So Nintendo had unmodded Toffee by this point for swearing and saying she was gonna leak her own address and all this crap to make fun of people. And Nintendo said, "Get off my stream. You say so many inappropriate things that people have stopped watching my streams. I have had enough of you. Get off my channel." And Toffee said he was being unfair because ditch and "I'm going to leak my address" aren't really inappropriate. He replied, "I'm serious. Get off my streams or I'll ban you on your main and all your backups." So he ended up blocking Toffee from his YouTube. There's already more than enough proof that Nintendo is not nice to his mods, and that Nintendo doesn't really care what his fans are called. He doesn't really care what people say about his fans, but once it's directed towards him, he will get upset. The mod that timed me out on Nintendo's stream on August 1st, yeah, that mod eventually got unmodded for not telling Nintendo when Toffee exposed him. So Nintendo isn't nice to his fans, he's not nice to his mods, he's not nice to his friends. Anyways, next, about Nintendo scamming people, but this time he scams them by never finishing their intros. So my old friend Pillow Moose paid Nintendo for an intro over a year ago, and they never got it. Nintendo never replied to Pillow's comment asking, "Where's my intro and my outro? I gave you an item." He also removed her from his featured channels list. Honestly, if this isn't enough proof to convince you that Nintendo's a greedy and view-hungry little ditch, please don't take that seriously, then honey, I don't know what is. There will be a link to the full timeline of the drama in the description. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget that, according to Nintendo, people these days just want the rares.